I didn't do my hair this morning because we were up until
1:30?
30.
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah. So, but we still went to work this morning like troopers.
Yes.
But we saw
The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens last night. And I'm trying not to talk too loud because we're in my office and no one else here has seen it. So we want to make sure that we don't.
Spoiler.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it for anybody. Okay, so Jen, what did you think? Wow, that's subtle.
That's what I've been using that sign because it
did.
communicates everything.
There was something I said I thought of, and I said on Treks and Sci-Fi that I felt like it was a huge budget fan film. It had the heart of a fan film.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well written, well directed.
Yeah, like if something
acted,
but it's something.
But it's for us.
For us, it was very much. Everyone was taking notes, and
it was a good Christmas present.
It was a very good Christmas present. We waited 30-something years for, so that was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was so. I was just, I don't know. I wasn't even sure how to react. I feel sort of silly because this is not very. We're kind of incoherent because we're tired and because it was so exciting just to sit there and when the scroll came up, I started crying because I just was really overwhelmed just with emotions. And it was fun. I'm glad, and it was kind of cool to go a little later because it was kind of made it more of an event, I guess.
Yeah.
And
the real nerds were there.
Yeah, the real nerds were there. Yeah. We got to blend in incognito, kind of. So, but it was still fun. And wow, I mean, so what did you? Where's some finer points?
The dialogue. Every time we always critique any of the movie, the prequels especially has always been.
Oh my gosh!
Biggest complaint is the dialogue.
The dialogue was so good
and organic,
and
feeling.
It was organic feeling, but it was also like just enough campy in a good way.
Comedy,
like the comedy
was good.
Mixed in. It didn't take itself so seriously.
No,
with
that
the
was
Trade
the cool
Federation.
thing. Yeah, they even
it was. I like the very like something that sets it up is the very beginning when. Sorry, the very beginning when he gets captured, the pilot guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Poe.
Anywho,
yeah.
the super pilot.
Yeah.
He gets captured and he's like, facing down this kind of Darth Vader looking dude, Kylo Ren, and he's like, "So, am I supposed to talk? Are you supposed to? What's happening?
Sorry,
how does this start? I can't I don't know what the deal is." So it's like you're like really scared, and then they kind of put in there. I know I'm getting so loud.
There's a lot of like really good tension
and very good timing.
At the right time. Yeah.
And also, I mean, we have to say, not have to, but I think it's important for us to say as anomalies. Really like how they wrote Rey's character. And it wasn't just like forced in like, we have a badass female. She was very natural, and I really liked how it was almost like she was the one taking care of.
She's like, stop holding my hand. Why are you holding my hand?
What's going on? And I did love BB-8. Like I was a little, not worried, but I was a little about BB-8 because I'm like, we love R2 and C-3PO, and it's just like you can't replace them. But I love how
he's his own personality.
Well, not just that, but how it was kind of the little thing in micro because BB-8 goes and is like pays homage to R2, finds R2, worships R2.
Yeah, it's like a kid brother,
and it gives you that feeling that the whole movie is telling us we are giving this, we appreciate what is great about Star Wars, and the BB-8 thing was kind of the whole thing in miniature, is that we appreciate everything about Star Wars, and we're gonna acknowledge it and make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just so cool.
The twists, the plot twists were I am happy. Something you don't know. We haven't talked really a lot about this
on purpose,
but.
You knew?
Everyone was talking. No, I didn't know anything. I don't know the spoiler. I didn't know the plot. The big one. Nothing. Okay. But when we talk on the Star Wars stacks about this stuff, we've been told from the beginning that they're going away from the EU.
Okay, so what did they use? What did they use?
They took bits of Han and Leia's storyline and flipped it around and used parts of it. So one of their one of their children.
I do know this because I've read, or Jim read, Heir to the Empire. Isn't that the graphic novel?
Really, Heir to the Empire is really old. This is like one of the newer books.
Well, anyway,
not from the new canon, but from the old canon. Like
no. There was a book that Jim read that he told me about, and that him and Russell read together, where one of their kids turns to the dark side.
Yeah.
So, so that was from the EU, a little bit of the EU in there. It was like an homage, I guess. Yes.
To it. And then also, Rey kind of reminded me of Jaina Solo just a little bit, which is another character from the EU.
But they haven't really, her parentage is sort of still.
I don't think it's Han and Leia.
I don't think it's Han and Leia.
I always said she's too young.
But it's possible.
So,
but it's possible Luke somehow connected.
Yeah,
because they didn't really go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be another way they twist or throw around the EU, shake it up a little bit.
Right. Which is fine with me. I mean, because I don't really know the EU, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. But, so I liked that. And I do feel like, there are some things just like, not complaints necessarily, but just like, obviously there's always these like suspension of disbelief. Like all of a sudden they're able to face down like a super force user in a lightsaber battle. Really? Like that. I believe.
But he isn't a super force user.
I actually believed Rey a little bit more because they established at the beginning that she was able to fight with a staff. So since she knows how to fight with a staff, and she does have force, and she's force sensitive, I can kind of believe her being able to hold her own for a little while at least. But Finn, I had a little more because he was just kind of.
He got his butt kicked. So.
Yeah, but he did. No, he did. He did.
But he did his best. So
he did.
That was pretty fun.
So, what do you think about this kind of turmoil in?
I like it.
Kylo Ren.
And he reminds me a lot, like if.
That's what they were going for.
Anakin was done well. This is
what they were going for
because he was ragey. He was a baby,
but he did look sort of.
He was scary.
He was scary and scared.
That's way.
But he was scary and scared.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. That's what they're telling. That's what Luke was. That's what you were afraid Luke was going to be in Jedi. And this is what it looks like when it goes the wrong way. You know what I mean? And so it's like, that's what it looks like. I did see a really funny article last night. I was, trying to wind down and I was reading. And it was like this Yahoo article. It says, a non-spoiler article about Force Awakens that has nothing to do with Force Awakens. And it was an entire article on whether or not the guy who plays Kylo Ren is hot. It was so funny. But it was funny because it's like the conclusion they came to was that in still pictures he is not hot, but when he's moving and talking he is hot. I agree with that.
It's going to have to grow. I don't know right now.
But that's why
I can't forgive him right now.
It
can't.
No, but that's why it's funny is because the article literally had nothing to do with Star Wars. It was just, that's why it was funny. I thought that was kind of funny. He's interesting.
He has gigantic ears and they kind of hid them. So
with all of that, all that emo hair.
I was thinking, he looked.
I almost was thinking that, are they saying that they are related? Because they kept doing this thing where when they were doing the whole, like, the Force battle, they were doing their eyes, and they were, like, focusing on their eyes, like, too much. And I'm thinking, like, how, and that one character made such a big deal about eyes, about things being in the eyes.
Hints.
And so, I don't know. And I really liked seeing, to me, and I even said this when we watched the trailer, that I really like that kind of Titanic feeling of seeing the old ships just in that walker, the Imperial walker in the sand and all that.
I know all the backstory from that from reading, what was the book that Luke Guys and I just finished? Not Battlefront, but the one right before it. Anyway, they have a whole backstory about how that ended up there. It's very cool.
That's
very
cool.
Interesting.
So what is still considered canon now?
Anything that has been on television or on screen.
Okay.
And their
Clone Wars, Rebels.
Starting point of the movie or of the book series starts, I think, at the Rebels book, the first Rebels book on.
Okay.
That's all canon.
Okay.
So if anyone's been in anything before that is considered legends, which is not.
That's okay.
As if it didn't happen, but the stories get mixed up.
So it's kind of like the alternate universe of Star Trek.
not really alternate. It's like they're stories that were told so many times that the details got mixed up.
That's fair.
So that's the way I always looked at it. But anyway, what about, we haven't talked about what happened.
Did you want to talk about that?
Well, we are spoiling it.
Well, first of all,
the biggest thing ever.
I totally saw that coming, and
Me
we talked
too.
about this. We talked about this last night. That I think it didn't, like. First of all, as soon as they went out on that precarious ledge, I was like, I knew exactly what was going to happen.
No. And the whole time I was like this.
And the only alternative would be he miraculously turns him to the light side and brings him back to Leia. They weren't going to end the movie like that. That was not going to happen.
No.
And so when that happened, well, first of all, and also because I've known from all the interviews that I've seen Harrison Ford do, that he has wanted the character killed off for years. Like, since the second movie. He was over it. He didn't think he had any more stories to tell. And so I think, obviously it's sad to see it happen. You do want to think that there's good in people, and you would hope that it turns out that way. But, this is going to have sequels, so we have to have some more story. And also, it's a good way for Han to go out. I mean, he was trying to do something...
Save his son.
Not only save his son, but he was doing it for Leia.
Yeah.
So that's the way to go if you're going to go. And I do also like that they've established that there's not these one-to-one connections like Rey is Leia and Finn is Han, or so, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a one-to-one thing. It's like all three of them are sort of unique or combination, and so now Rey is kind of taking that. She has the Millennium Falcon, for the time being. Or, you know what I mean? Chewbacca, but you know what I mean. But so, like, she was in that place, but she's not really the pilot, but she is a pilot, and she's the Force user, but she's not the, so it's like, okay, I mean, it's really its own thing, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
So
it was.
Yeah,
it was a wild ride. I loved everything. I don't have any complaints at all, and I thought there would be something.
I don't really, and I wonder, like, if next week I'll think of something. The thing is that,
we
like...
gotta let it steep.
We do.
I don't think there's very much wrong with this movie at all.
I think it was made for us.
Yeah.
Which is...
With love.
You know what? Good.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna cry. I'm not kidding. Thank you for making this movie for us. This is what we needed. I've been thinking about this for so long, and... I'm so excited to show it to my kid, and I'm so excited to share it with you and with Jen and with Stephanie vicariously because she wasn't there, but this is really the movie that we've been waiting for, and I'm just so glad. I feel so stupid.
No,
I'm just
awesome.
really, really glad and emotional.
We grew up with these characters, and to see it come to a good, wrap it up kind of
and
endings.
That it can kind of continue, and that this is really the direction that they're going.
Yeah.
It just makes it feel like all the time that we've spent loving this was worth it. And I realize that it's silly and it's just a movie, but it isn't. It's part of our life, and I'm not embarrassed. I'm happy that it's like how it is.
It's like our mythology. The stories we tell our kids that we love. So I can't wait to see it with my kid.
We are
separately, but yeah. But
yeah,
anyway,
it'll be good.
Yay, we're happy. Very happy. Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
May the Force be with you.